What's cracking, guys? Omar Isuf here, back with another video. In this video today, I'm excited to announce this is the first bench video of 2018. I know a lot of you guys actually don't watch this content for the lifting, for the fitness, for the nutrition. You are mainly bench enthusiasts, and I must apologize because, quite frankly, I not only let you down, I let myself down. But today's a new day.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
We're finding sweet benches to review. I'm gonna be honest though, I sit on this bench and I was having high expectations. I thought I was really gonna enjoy this bench, but I sit on it and else, you know what I think the first thing that crosses my mind when I sit on this bench?
Yeah, what's that?
Generic.
Oh, no.
Because there's 4 others that are just like it. You could tell
know that.
the craft, no. I'm saying we could do better. The bench makers can do better. We can all do better to find finer pieces of mahogany, finer pieces of wood, finer craftsmanship. I think we can all just do better.
What if it's their best?
And maybe their best isn't good enough. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's fine.
And that's maybe something everyone should think about in this video. Maybe your best isn't good enough. Or maybe it is. Because in this video, we're talking about not only natural potential, I've talked about that before. I want to talk about something cool because Eric Helms made a post. He was talking about different lifters before the use of steroids, before steroids were invented, before testosterone was circulated around among strongmen, amongst bodybuilders. So people that we can verify 100% without any doubt that they were natural at the time of their lifts, at their feats of strength, or in terms of their physique. And I think that's really important because, again, today there's a lot of different factors. There's increased complexity due to money, due to fame, attention, a lot of different things where, quite frankly, you can't trust a lot of people when they claim natural. But these individuals, you can. And so, of course, I've talked before about Eugene Sandow. Ernest Kading is someone else I talked about. Someone I didn't know, however, about, and this is how I'm going to leapfrog off of this topic, is someone by the name of Herman Groner, I believe you say his name. Again, all these individuals, these photos that I'm showing you guys here, these are people without a doubt were 100% natural in these photos. And so I think that's really cool. It shows you, much like some of those Greek sculptures, those statues that we see, that you can attain a really good physique. And I don't think these guys were outliers. Yeah, they obviously had a natural propensity to build muscle, but they also probably weren't optimizing their training, their nutrition. Then they didn't know nearly as much, but they were making some serious gains. What is also exciting, however, besides the natural potential, so yeah, take a look at some of these photos and just think to yourself, if you put in the time, you put in the effort, you can look like this. What is almost even more exciting than that to me is the fact that these individuals trained very differently. So Herman Groner, who I did not know, he had a 793 deadlift at 220 pounds. I think he did it with a hook grip. And so his training was much more strength oriented. And we take a look at his physique and what do we see? Well, this guy was jacked. There actually was a cool story where apparently he was once again, it was strongman style. He was at a circus and there was an elephant that got a baby elephant that he used to wrestle. And at the start of the season, I believe the elephant was 800 pounds. By the end of the season or a few years, it was 1,500 pounds. And so in a way he worked, indirectly on progressive overload. But Herman was an individual that focused much more on strength. So feats of strength, lifting a lot of weight. He deadlifted 800 pounds and was jacked. But check this out. Someone else that I just showed, Ernest Kading, was notorious for not lifting a lot of weight. In fact, he used light dumbbells, but did a lot of repetitions, did a lot of what we would call today calisthenics. He also was known for training his legs. All he did, or all he claimed that he did, he would put his brother on his back and he would walk up flights of stairs, up and down, and that's it. His legs are jacked, his upper body's jacked. What do we see between these two individuals if we just take a look side by side? One, they're both jacked, but two, their training methodology were completely different. The first guy, Herman, was training at much higher intensities. He was known to do between 3 to 4 repetitions when he did working sets, and he would just progressively overload that. So lift more each subsequent set. So he lifted heavy, he lifted with lower reps. And then you look at Ernest Kading. This guy is lifting really, really high rep, very, very low intensity. So light dumbbells, a lot of repetitions, a lot of calisthenics, so pull-ups, dips, push-ups, body weight stuff with his brother. So just let's say, again, the intensity would be overall lower, but he also built a lot of muscle. And then you take a look even further at a guy like Eugene Sandow or a lot of these other individuals, and they did a healthy mix in between. And I think that is really cool because we can walk away just taking a look at the ways different individuals trained and understand that there's not just one way to build muscle. And I think this is cool because, once again, there's that recent meta-analysis by Dr. Brad Schoenfeld where he showed a lot of times people thought there was that magical muscle building zone. What is it? 3 by 10. You gotta lift between 8 to 12 repetitions in order to build muscle. If you lift any more, any less, you won't build any muscle. Less than 8 repetitions, oh bro, that's just for strength. Reps of 5, that's purely for strength. Sets of 15, oh, well, that's muscular endurance. And there is increasing evidence to indicate that higher repetition work is equally viable so long as, once again, you're perturbing your body to change in order to stimulate muscular growth. So I think that's very cool. I think taking a look at some of these old school lifters, not only as natty inspirations, which they are, but also their training methodologies, because they didn't have nearly as much information as we did, but we see that they achieved their goals with a variety of different ways. If we want to build muscle, if we want to optimize how we look, there's not just one way. I think there is a way that is easier for most people, that is more objective, and that's why I like to focus on strength training, definitely as a component, where we take a look at doing some of those big compound movements because they stimulate a lot of different muscles at the same time. We take a look also at getting a little bit stronger because, again, that is a form of progressive overload, but you don't need to do that. There's not just one way, there's not just one program. You only need to take a look at these two individuals who were both very jacked and see that they basically trained at the exact opposite ends at the spectrum, yet they both looked quite muscular, thick, solid, tight. Anyways, just thought I would share this quick video because, let's face it, this really is a bench video to talk about training methodology, what we can learn from the natural inspiration of times past, what we can incorporate into our own training. If you want to do higher repetition work, I'm coming out with a video in a little bit talking about how I will be doing on off days or just on other days, more higher repetition, kind of calisthenic, just more push-ups as I talked about before, more pull-ups because I'm a big fan of those. You can do that and you can get away with it and you can build some muscle. Anyways, that is all the time we have. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, like the video for the bench. And I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next one. Peace.